First opened in 1957. Welcome inside what's still one of the great stadiums in the NFL. Legendary Lambeau Field in Green Bay, home of the Packers. Coming up, we've got a good one in store. It's the Miami Dolphins and the Green Bay Packers. Mike Tirico along with Greg Olsen. That's Brandon McManus to get this one underway. And we're underway at legendary Lambeau Field. And he'll be set up well as he is past the 35-yard line. First and 10 now from the 36.
Is it opens things up for the rest of the passing game as the game unfolds. Show this defense our running back is not an afterthought. He is a priority to our passing attack.
Now a screen, set up for H.M. And they'll whistle him down, but not before it picks up the first down after a gain of 7.
Really nice job there to move the chains early in this drive, but now as they approach midfield, continue to keep your foot on the gas. Don't get conservative. Don't start sitting.
Across the midfield stripe. Here's second down.
I don't see nothing in the back. Give you a compliment.
Throwing from the gun is yours. He couldn't set his feet, but he completes it anyway. And they'll take this down inside 35.
Oh, that was called. They were thinking
15. Good for a Dolphins first down.
That's a nice grab for his first catch of the game, Mike. And he's someone that the play caller has told us he wants to get him early touches, get him a feel for the game. Nice job there making that happen.
Set to go now on 1st and 10. Out of gun, here's yours. Throwing off his back foot, and it's taken in. And there is this now. He is out of bounds inside the 10. It's a gain of 26, and it'll set up 1st and goal.
And this is what you can do when you have one of the best receivers in the game. You understand that even if the coverage is not perfect for the play call, sometimes it's just as simple as my guy is better than your guy, and we're going to just keep giving him a chance.
This one caught by Waller. And they'll get him down right around the 5-yard line. Second and goal. He'll get this out wide. Oh, nice open field tackle there. He could not get free. They're going to stop him for no gain. Race 7 of the drive coming up, and it's 3rd and goal. Throwing again is yours. And that one's incomplete. They really ratcheted up the coverage there, and they force 4th down.
And 3rd down, what they're trying to do, Mike, is just get the ball out of his hands quickly and into the hands of one of his playmakers, but he just doesn't focus through the catch. Lapse of concentration. Ends up in a drop and falls incomplete.
Now Ewers. They stopped him at the goal line. It's a turnover on down.
Well, Mike, it's pretty clear early in this game the message they want to send is we are going to be aggressive on offense. And that's exactly what they did there, going for it on fourth down early. But it's the defense that comes through and forces the turnover on downs.
Now to carry the game for Bruce Jacobs. And he's taken down what should be the final play of this first quarter. So, not much to speak of in terms of scoring in that first quarter of play. Nothing yet on the scoreboard. And we're back. Lambeau Field. In just a moment.
What's happening?
They'll come up here on 2nd down and 5.
Trying to get him off this.
Here's a handoff.
Trying to get him off this.
1 to 2.
Get about this hole for a second. They was fighting way about the hole for the jab. Get about this hole for a second. They was fighting way about the hole for the jabs. That first down. Hallelujah. Thank you, Jesus. Everywhere right now. Second and 17.
Here we go. 45.
Good play.
Wanted to start fast offensively. Here so far, it's been the pass rush and the defense who's gotten out to the quick start.
Still searching for our first points of the half. Back with more from Lambeau Field after this.
Damn, he came straight through that sack.
Work to do following the sack. It is 3rd and long. It's one. Tries to get that one down the field, but it is incomplete.
I like the fact that they took a shot on 3rd and long, right? A lot of offenses in that situation would be a little bit more conservative, playing for the 4th down punt, trying to pick up a big chunk play through the air. But now that you can't connect, it all but guarantees you got to punt this ball away as it brings up 4th and a mile.
On 4th down, the Packers turned over to Daniel Whelan to punt. Need to return is Malik Washington. This one, fielded beyond the 25.
up empty-handed. Came up empty-handed. Let's go, baby.
Everything in his power to try to get that ball around the edge to the boundary, but just great pursuit there by this linebacker, staying with his ankles, running through contact, and he makes the play behind the line.
Hill brought in motion. From the shotgun, it's Hill. He's going to clear this one out. It's incomplete. All over him down the field. It'll set up third down.
Just a great example of not only the anticipation, but the instincts to go break that pass up. Like you can see, he's clearly looking at the quarterback's eyes. And once that ball was delivered, he's just attacking it, breaking it up.
It is third and long. Ewers looking to throw.
Screenplays, of course, you want the offensive lineman out in front of the running back. They act as his escort, his lead blockers. What you can't afford is for the defenders to be in the backfield and get to the running back. So those offensive linemen, they can't help it.
In the end zone, incomplete. What a good job locating the football defense where it matters most. And it'll bring up third down now. To the air, his ball is Ewers. He gets into the range of tight end. And a good short tackle right there. It stops him a good distance short Parker. It sets up fourth down.
What are we doing right, Coach? What are we doing right here, Coach?
Play clock down to 0. That's going to be a delay. Let's see what they do here. This is fourth and long. Here's Ewers. Now he'll work his way out right. First down.
Damn, Mr. LeBron. I know I let him down. Yeah, Mr. LeBron. I know I'm letting him down.
Sanders on field goal. The Packers go ahead and use the first of their timeouts.
Ice you, brother.
Disappointed there after giving up the first down. So Mike McDaniel will send out the field goal. This one from 43 yards away. And the Dolphins get 3 here in the front to take the lead. Just one score, one lone field goal. All these two teams can muster in half number one. What awaits us here in the second half? Operating from their own 23, they'll begin 1st and 10.
This NFL level, Mike, and you can see once he got the ball, clear line to the end zone, he doesn't get touched. And an unfortunate defensive breakdown here, and it's costing him 6 points.
That was a nice play, bro. I wasn't expecting that linebacker to be able to let it.
So the lead is now 10-0 as this kicks away. And he's brought down right now to the 25.
Come on, do it again. Come on, man.
You're going to stay on the run. If you're not looking at the quarterback, that tells him, I'm going to sit in this soft zone. I'm going to what they call punch and pivot and stop. That tells the quarterback to put the ball on your chest. That nonverbal communication between the receiver and the quarterback, recognizing when you're open, stay open. That's the stuff that makes a defense so difficult to defend.
So from the 36, it is 1st and 10. Play action front. And he's down inside the 40-yard line. That one runs for 26 yards.
Anytime you're facing a zone defense, you're working from your first progression all the way through. But when guys are open in this level, like they don't stay open very long. So what they taught us as receivers, if you're open, stay open. And if you're not open, you better get open quick because that ball is coming.
And they get 2 on this one before being taken down. From the 35, here's 2nd and 7. Ready. Now Love. Take this into the red zone to the 15-yard line. First time he's looked his way all game long. And a 1st down. He'll go down behind the line.
Defense blitzes, it has to result in a sack, but there's a lot of other ways that you can impact the play, and we see it here. Get the ball out of the quarterback's hand, get it to the check down, and now you just need to really tackle it. Look out for this.
There in the end zone, and it's incomplete. Terrific work to separate the man from the football, and it'll bring up third down.
Doesn't get much better than that. Had he gotten there just a little bit earlier, he probably draws the flag a little late. It's probably a touchdown.
And he's going to be taken down short of the marker. That is going to set up an interesting fourth down decision.
When you throw the ball short of the sticks on third down, you're relying heavily on the yards after the catch. Give credit to the defense here. Once the ball carrier had the ball, multiple guys around him, corralled him, take him down short of the sticks.
And they'll try it now with Jacobs. And he's not going anywhere.
Damn, nobody ain't block nobody.
Defensive battle so far as we are through three. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL on EA Sports. On the ground, H.J. opens up this fourth quarter. And he'll take this out to the 30. Packers go ahead and use the first of their timeouts. And they'll get together prior to the second down play. Running from the gun is Ewers. He couldn't set his feet, but he completes it anyway.
Desperately needed to get off the field and give their offense a chance to cut into this two-score lead. But instead, they now got to defend a fresh set of downs. And look at this clock. They'll be running out of time.
That is incomplete. No way to force the football in there. Good coverage. They'll bring up second down.
Well defended there, and the quarterback's trying to attack this defense outside the numbers. Those really wide-angle throws near the sideline sometimes can be very hard to defend, so give a lot of credit to this secondary. They were all on the same page, and the ball falls incomplete.
Here's Ewers again. This one, and he'll be pulled down at about the 35-yard line. They get 12 yards on that pass. Good for a Dolphins first down. Hill brought in motion. Running this one straight ahead with H.J. And he'll be taken down
let him down. The drop balls and the mistakes, that's really what's killing these drives.
You've got to consider this an absolute must-stop defensively. It's third down. That's over the middle and taken in. He's got it. Rookie from Texas orchestrating things well. It is a first down.
And that first down should all but do it, Mike. With only one remaining timeout, the defense just can't stop the clock enough. I would imagine it's victory formation. We're a couple needles away from this game being over.
That's timeout Green Bay. It'll be their second, and they'll get a chance to catch their breath over on the sideline. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Out of the gun, here's Ewers. Trying to avoid the rush there. He's hit as he threw with the pass. It's incomplete.
Let's give credit to that pass rush for making their presence felt. And although it didn't result in a sack, it's the disruption of the timing that's just enough to force that incompletion.
This is Ancient. And he will get into the end zone. Touchdown, Dolphins. That is second touchdown of the afternoon.
Start talking. We all talk about size, speed, the ability to keep your feet, the ability to balance that contact. What we don't talk enough about is patience, understanding the blocks, the timing, when to hit the hole, as much as what hole to hit. I think you get a great example of what that looks like when it all comes together. He takes advantage of the scheme, and next thing you know, he hits his head on the goalpost.
After the touchdown, Myers is back to put this one away. This returnable with Reed. And their drive will begin at the 30-yard line.
Just seems like another case of predetermining where the quarterback is going to go with the ball. He had a lot of good route options on that last concept. I think if he just remains a little bit more patient, read the play out, let it unfold, will lead to some easier and better completions.
Second down throw from Love.
It's his ability to change direction. He's able to go from his back pedal to then driving that route fast enough that he gets to the ball immediately as it arrives, and he's able to knock it down.
Oh, can't afford another incompletion here. Quickly in his 3rd and 10. From the gun, it's Love. And it'll bring him down on the other side of midfield. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. Shotgun. It's Love. Downfield, but they cannot connect. And it's incomplete.
Can't exactly put my finger on it, but it just seems like this entire game, like this passing game and this quarterback specifically, they've just been off. And whether it's missing these big shots downfield like he did there, or just simple underneath layups, there's just something about him today that doesn't look right. And I think it's a big part of the reason they find themselves trailing here in the 4th quarter.
2nd down. He'll take a shot here. Back to the end zone. There in the end zone. That is incomplete. Terrific work. They separate the man from the football. And he'll bring up 3rd down.
But think about it like this, Mike. The more they continue to test this defense downfield, the more it's going to open up some of those shorter passes underneath.
They did not let him get away. He's well short of the first down mark. Now or never, they'll come on fourth down. That is incomplete. They couldn't get the connection on fourth. They get the ball over on down.
You find yourself down big. It's the fourth quarter. There's really no choice but to go for this at this point. But once again, this defense, they're up to the task, and they come through yet again with a huge stop.
Packers going to use their final timeout now as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go in this one. From the 39, here's a 1st and 10. Let's go. From the shotgun, it's Hill. That's off the side. And it will bring him down on the other side of midfield. Now the Dolphins going to use the first of their timeouts, and it'll stop with 28 seconds to go in the game. First down for Ewers. Down the field and intercepted. Picked up by the safety, Xavier McKinney. And the Packers are going to take over at their own 28-yard line. Packers take over first and 10 at their own 28-yard line. Love to throw on 1st and 10. This one Chance is on that one. It was bouncing around, but it falls incomplete.
Let's give credit to the defense. I mean, those throws, they have not been there this entire game. They have tried time and time again to test this defense downfield, and you can see a little frustration mounting from some of these receivers. They cannot connect. Nice play there by the defender, able to get his hand up on that ball and break up the pad catch. He'd be playing offense.
2 incompletions to start the drive, and it leads to 3rd down and 10. And this one looking for Watson. This one will be incomplete. And now we are down to likely just one more play.
This offense has to find a way to be better on 1st and 2nd down. Like living in these 3rd and long situations, must pass is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
Here we go. One final play. He's going to dial up another deep ball. And the game winds up incomplete. That will do it. This one comes to an end. So a win here for the visiting Dolphins. They put together a complete football game as they finish this one in shutout fashion. And that'll do it for my partner, Greg Oates. For our entire team, I'm Mike Tirico. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we say so long, everyone.
Spread between 4th and 6th Streets in downtown Minneapolis. We welcome you inside spacious U.S. Bank Stadium. Straight ahead, we've got a pretty good one on tap here. As it'll be the Green Bay Packers taking on the Minnesota Vikings. Excellent work defensively to make sure once he caught it, he wasn't going anywhere. To the air, McCarthy. That's caught by the big time on T.J. Hawkinson. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. They get 14 there. First down, Vikings.
He's the epitome of what we call the move tight end, a guy that you can line up anywhere, in the slot, out wide, in tight, doesn't really matter because he has such great skills. You want to utilize him in all aspects of your passing offense.
And there he was in the slot for the catch. Looking to throw McCarthy. He was trying to find his tight end, Josh Oliver, and that'll bring up second down. Sticking with the pass, here's McCarthy. It's caught by Josh Oliver from the San Jose State Spartan. Another contribution on the drive as the Vikings have a first down.
In a good way to get things going offensively. They're 1 play in and they're already on the move. The defense, they're hoping that's not a sign of things to come. It's this game unfolds.
He's down close to the 30 here. 11 more on that one and another first down. First down. First and 10 at the 31-yard line. Now McCarthy. Short throw. It's inside the 15-yard line. That's good for a first on his second catch in the opening.
And here's one of their best plays yet as they finally get down into the red zone and look to finish this off with 6.
McCarthy gets set to throw. And he's got the tight end Hawkinson. It's a gain of 3. And that'll make it second down. Second quarter now from Minnesota. It's the Vikings in possession of the football, as they've got it with a third down coming up.
Let's talk about confidence in runners and catchers and quarterbacks. How about the protection detail? They're not allowing anyone near the guy throwing the football.
Jones is not going to give in. In fact, he holds it for quick yards back to the 3. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
Defense really sold out there to stop the run. Understandable down near the goal line. Now on second down, you have to wonder, might we see play action here and a flip right over the top?
Now it's Mason. Touchdown. And the Vikings force the first points in the ball game as they take the lead here in the second quarter.
Like we saw right there, good running down near the goal line, because that was a really good drive. They were able to possess the ball. It was a really success moving it downfield. And then clearly the most important thing, finishing things off with the ball in the end zone.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. It takes us near the 25, just a little pass there, call it the 26. Love the Packers down with a 1st and 10 at their own 26. One play action, on the throw. That's complete. It finds Jalen Reed. And with this play off, it will cross the 35. Good work after the catch, going to end 23 on first.
Certainly don't settle into the drive there. They get right out on the first play, attack the middle of the field for a big gainer and a first down.
Off the play fake, Love. On the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. And the job becomes twice as difficult now after the sack. It's 2nd and 20. Throwing. Love. Just 3rd and a yard. I thought they were going to sack him there like they did on first down. Great coverage, but he found a way to move with his legs.
Yeah, his ability to tackle, not only did he get some yardage back, he got a little bit extra. Really hits him down, makes him manageable.
And he's going to have the Packers first down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. To throw now, here's Love. So here a pickup of 8. It's on 2 to go on second down. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 26-yard
disrupt that timing.
The drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. Trying to run forward with Jacobs. Struggle players in the line. It's way down inside the 15. He's a 1st and 10 at the 13-yard line. Once again, it's Jacobs. Finds right down the 12. And the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts. As the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. There's a 4-receiver look now. 3 of those guys out to the right side on 2nd and 8. Love from the gun. Keep it himself. Gain on the play. Bring up 3rd. Love. Slow to Watson. The Packers going to burn their 3rd and final timeout. So as they take it over, we start this out. A chance now to get even before the break as they come up 1st and goal. Love now. They're going to get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Tucker Kraft from 3 yards out. And the Packers are an extra point away from tying the ball game here in the final minute of the first half. He tells the offense, stay out there, go for 2. They're going to try and run. And this play is not going to work. He stops short of the goal line. And this will remain a 7-6 ball game. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. About ready to get this next drive underway. And with a 1-point lead, you'd have to think they'll be looking just to get this to halftime. And the deep drop line out as they start on the ground. Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts. As the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. 2nd and 5. At the 27-yard line. Here we go. Set. 19. Target. 19. Back to 60. 17. Here's McCarthy. And the Packers give it nowhere to go as they bring it down. Making that play on the pass rush, that's Devontae Wyatt. It's now 3rd and 9. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the 2nd quarter. 18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal. A final shot before break. McCarthy. It's going to be incomplete. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Packers set to get the football first, and they are trailing on the scoreboard as we resume action, ready for the 3rd quarter. across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. And they're still very much in this game, holding to a trail. What's the game plan, Jarvis?
Eagles passing. Establish the running game. They kind of run away from it in the first half. I think if they get back in balance, it'll help them when they put the ball back in the air.
Love looking to throw it. And they set up the screen. That's complete. He's got some breaking room. And take this to the one side of midfield before going out of bounds. That covers 29 yards. First down. Running straight ahead is Jacobs. It's in front of the rest of the right at the line. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Now Love. He's going to rush this deep for Watson. This is inside the 5. That's a big play there for
49-yard deal for the first down.
You just have to feel the spirit like neither team has really done a whole lot offensively, but here's one that pays off to the tune of big yardage, and it's one that could maybe get this grouping here.
Jacobs. And he's going to lose yardage here. That sends him 2 yards in the block direction and leads to 2nd down.
We saw a lot of negative plays that resulted in plenty of lost yardage in the first half, and that trend is continuing here.
One more time with Jacobs. And this time he is in. Josh Jacobs taking it in for 2 yards out. And the Packers have taken the lead as they go right down the field and score on the opening drive of the second half. Love throwing for it. That's behind the 2.
Yourself really out of the line of scrimmage, but you'll line at worst. If they're going to throw the ball, make them throw it over your head because you got to run out of space because of the back of the end zone. Never back out and catch one in front of him.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They'll be working from behind now following the touchdown a moment ago on the opening drive of the half.
I think the guys right now, as they go out on offense, they're zeroing in on one big key. They don't have to do anything differently just because they're down on the scoreboard. The intent is still the same. And they want to do offense.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 16 yards right off the bat and a first down. 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Looking to throw. McCarthy. And that could be incomplete. 2 times to hold on to that one. And 2nd down.
He did a fine job there not hitting it before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get it, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
And out again is McCarthy.
I agree with that. I agree with that.
The drag route's a pretty good one to run against.
I do
Running
that.
away from people.
Man,
Here is third and
throwing the ball in it.
5. Throwing again, McCarthy. Now let's have this again. And that's knocked away and incomplete.
The quarterback got away with one there. Looked like he was in line for a pick, but instead is knocked harmlessly to the turf.
No move to get the offense off the field. They're going on 4th and 5. And indeed, here's McCarthy. It's going to be intercepted. Michael Parsons. And the shot
Set him
in
up
enemy
good there.
territory at the 45.
I gave him some sugar. I set him up good there. I gave him some 5 roaches and some baking soda. 5 roaches. I'm mad. This guy's mad.
Interception.
This guy's mad. He's coming aggressive. No, I'm mad. This guy's mad. He's coming aggressively. No.
And even though this drive started in close territory, they're still not in field goal range yet. So they can work towards another couple of stops and not allowing that turnover to hurt.
Oh my word.
The guy with Jacobs. He's going to be manhandled on scrimmage and taken down. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Here's Love. Shorty throws, got it cracked. And they'll get this only to about the 38 as they stop him a few yards shy of the line to gain. Now go for a gain of 7. And that's going to bring up the 4th down. Operating from the gun. He's caught. It's inside the 15-yard line. Defensively, a bit of a collapse, allowing the 4th down play to result in 23 yards. Here's Jacobs from the gun. Find his way down to the 12. From there on the tackle. And they'll stay bouncing. The clock keeps rolling in this defense right now. They're up in the red zone. Another touchdown. It's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in, and all you're doing when you're talking to your defensive teammates is first guy there, hold them up. Second, third guy in, break at the football, get it out. We got to create a turnover because one more score, and this game's end.
Second down, Jacobs once more. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him on the line. It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10.
Now, obviously, that's good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bring up a key 3rd down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now. Just stop them, get to the ball. That means they might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunities.
Maybe so key for sticks. We want 6. The kick by McManus is good. And that makes this a 15-7 game. From a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they'll say maybe we did what we needed to do and kept this a one-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to lead some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet. Okay, being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back in this game.
And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. Here's 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. It's incomplete. Took a shot. Couldn't connect.
So they try to push it deep downfield, facing a one-possession deficit late, and they certainly didn't disappoint. They gave it an effort.
60, block, come, 19. Come, track him, 60.
To the air with McCarthy. Right side, it's the tight end, Hawkinson. And he'll be taken down with a 1st down as they get about 14 out of that one. And we go to the 2-minute warning. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game.
Let's go.
Looking to throw McCarthy. This one caught over the middle of the tunnel with the tight end.
Nice, well coached, a team that understands what's going on. They still have time to work the middle of the field as they just did there.
Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts still remain. Here's 1st and 10 now. Back to throw. That's going to sabotage the comeback plans. It is intercepted. And the Packers have just about sewn up this
Got interception there. Got an interception.
Offense ready to get their next drive underway. And this game not quite over yet. We'll likely see them take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They have to try to run a few plays.
Exactly right. They've got to get a 1st down and make them use up all their timeouts. I feel like they have this one in hand.
Seems pretty obvious defensively. A key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the tape plays that these guys have to run. That's what was for a top running back. Those are what you focus on when you take away. They've done that pretty successfully in this game.
Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts as it comes with 1:15 left to go in the 2nd half. A big play, 3rd and 2. This crowd dying for a stop.
Damn! I threw it to the wrong person. Fuck. That nigga is like, damn! I threw it to the wrong person. That nigga is like, fuck.
Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout.
Come on.
And as the 2 teams talking over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
Come on.
On now is the Packers punter. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. And a fair catch call for it made just inside the 35-yard line. Only 29 yards on the punt there. Definitely not his best. And it will be Vikings ball, 1st and 10. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right, throw it up and yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes they can work just fine.
has a stop. Racers down inside. And he's into the end zone. So it's a touchdown. And now a two-point conversion. It will be tied here in the final minute. They got one big call left. Here we go.
The touchdown's massive, but now they've got to have two to possibly take this to overtime.
All right, now a big two-point conversion attempt still to come. So there is still time, a little over 50 seconds to go, but this becomes a critical onside kick. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got two more to use here in the final stages. So there is still time, a little over 50 seconds to go, but this becomes a critical onside kick. And this is going to be recovered by the hand team. And that should just about put a cap on this one. They had to go for it with no timeouts remaining, though now this one's as good as over.
They gave it an effort. They tried their best, did everything they could to try and get the ball on the onside kick. You're exactly right. They had to try, and it was their only option. And now this game is done. Just take it, kneel, and call it a day.
Love looking to throw. This is going to be caught. The goal say out of bounds. It's incomplete.
Somebody thought he had beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
Now a 2nd and 10. Love. Looking deep here for Downs. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the ball all the way out there, but it'll be 4th down.
Zone coverage there, they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. At that time, it was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
Let's go. Ready?
On 3rd down, here comes Jacobs. And he gets this only to the 41, not near enough for the first.
That's kind of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater, he just made a great play there.
This offense converted once on 4th down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more. Here's Love. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and then they turn it over. The Packers unable to pick up the first. And that will force a turnover on downs.
Right there, hurt.
Play clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive. The offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted. Charles, in these lower scoring games, you know it better than anybody. Points are at such a premium, but taking care of the football is king. They play turnover free from whistle to whistle, and they come through with a victory.
Yeah, that's what won them the game, because even doing it that way, being that clean partner, they weren't able to really run away with this game. So that tells us just how important it was to make sure you played mistake-free football. That led to the victory.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaughan. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. From Minneapolis, so long, everybody.
Come on, ball for him. For you too.